Yeah.
Yo, welcome everyone that's in here. Yeah, some people will just be rolling in and out. That's fine. We're gonna go over some cool. What do you call it, Sean? Oh, by the way, Sean's in here. Sean is a professional day trader and market analyst. He does very well for himself. He's also an educator. We are friends, so that's why we are in here together. And yeah, I think you call it a top-down analysis, a top-down market analysis. Sean, is that what you call it?
Yeah, it can be top down.
Yeah. So, but basically, what we do with the top-down market analysis is we start at the very top, which could be fundamentals, the higher time frames, and we work our way down and build a case for what price points throughout the week might be interesting to trade out of. Okay, so it's exactly what we're aiming for with this session, and we're going to do a few main assets like gold. But we can do this. We can do the strategy setup on XAU USD rather than GC1, which is gold futures. So this is Forex gold, and we can go to the daily here. So let's take a look at the price action here. So we just had an explosion, and then it seems like we're in a very wide consolidation phase on gold here between 34.20 and I don't know, I would say 32. So maybe like a $200 consolidation range on gold, which is quite big for a I can't even consider it a consolidation range. It's just because relative to the previous price action, it's so dramatic that it looks like consolidation, but historically this would not be consolidation. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mark up a level for an anchor VWAP again. And I think it looks like the catalyst was probably right here. Sean, would you agree?
Yeah, when it started running. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's do that. So I'm going to mark up the anchor VWAP. Guys, once again, the anchor VWAP is a tool on TradingView anyone can use. All right, so we have that marked up. And look what we have here. Price is literally right on that point there at the moment. Would you also mark one at the all-time high here, Sean? 30.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's
Okay.
not the all-time high. That's the high of the last 8 years plus. So it's very significant.
Okay, so I'm going to mark that. And there you go. Okay, so now it's going to look very interesting on the lower time frame, I imagine. So we have that marked up. Is there anything else you would consider on the chart before we go down to the 1 hour?
I would. So if you use a regression trend line here, I want to, and you grab it from see the regression trend. I don't know if you use them or not, but if it's under your top indicator, the regression. So if your very first indicator on the left, then you arrow over, go down to regression trend line.
Oh, okay. This one here.
Yep. Now start that. Now click on that. Then go to the first candle, the all-time high candle there.
This one here. Yep.
Click and drag right. Yep. And then click again right there.
Oh, just click right here. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Okay, interesting.
So what I want people to see here is gold has been, and it's been a primary uptrend. I mean, you've talked about it. I've talked about it. A couple of gold fundamentalists that I do analysis for talk about its uptrend. But right now, folks, since that all-time high, this is what's known as a secondary downtrend. You can see how we have failed to reclaim the all-time high, and we're setting higher highs and higher lows in gold. I am long-term bullish on gold, but right now I'm short-term bearish because of this secondary trend.
Right. Okay. Okay. So I'll leave this trend. What is that called? Regression trend.
Yep.
Regression trend. Okay. So I'll leave this up. And we'll go down to the 1 hour chart here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it doesn't show up. That's fine. Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, so the 1 hour chart, we're looking, so these two lines here, guys, this is an anchored VWAP, anchor VWAP. This is the anchored VWAP for the all-time high, and this is the anchored VWAP for the previous catalyst that caused gold to run bullish for the last weeks and weeks or months and months. So these two price points are going to be pretty relevant in terms of anchor VWAP. And then now what we're looking at is these two EMAs, which is the 9 EMA and the 21 EMA. And it's looking bearish at the moment, correct, Sean?
Yeah, I'm actually short gold, so I'm hoping the open drops down and kicks me out.
Okay, so and look at this. I just want to talk about this level right here because, like, I mean, look at the rejection we've had on literally every candle here
Mm-hmm.
in the previous day. I mean, it is so dramatic that it has to be part of the context.
Draw a line through that, and then you can see how it was once support, and then that real heavy sell-off candle broke it, and now we've retested it as resistance and failed it. That happens.
Yeah.
Remember, all trading technical analysis is a search for support and resistance, and you've clearly identified it right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'll leave this. I'm going to leave this level on. I'm going to go down to the 15 just so we can get a better view of what's going on here. And yeah, as you can see, price came up and it's just started rolling over. So look at this, the anchor VWAP. I mean, the candle closed below the anchor VWAP. Is that relevant?
You know, absolutely. If you get a daily close below, that's below an anchored VWAP. That is a sell signal. The textbook is not only one candle close below, but the second candle opening below was your confirmation. But that's a bearish signal when considering your anchored VWAPs.
Okay, so yeah, we have a clear crossover on the 15-minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what would you think? I'll go down to the 5 here. And for the entry model, I mean, it does look like this meets requirements to almost go short now.
Right.
The only concern I would have is this previous price action here being a very big level of demand, right?
Right. And you're at that key close to that key price of 3,300, which is always going to be a psychological amount.
Right. It's close. Yeah. 33. Well, on futures, on Forex, no. Right. But I think, yeah, it's kind of similar. Okay. So what we would kind of set up here for a day trade where we have a short bias and we're kind of just looking for some signal that sellers have stepped in, entered the market, and they are about to control the outcome, right? So maybe we want to set up a sell stop somewhere around here. Like what would you assume?
Yeah, so you could either wait for it to retest that channel that you have there, which will give me a cleaner 5-minute cross to re-enter my short or to enter a short.
Yep.
Right. So so not only will you have a failed test if it goes short, you would have a failed test of that channel, but you would have a cleaner EMA cross or what we call a cross recross for your read. Or if we don't get a 5-minute recross, we go clear down to the 1 minute and try to catch that 1 minute cross, but we hunt less points. So you can do either.
So would you ever consider entering the trade here, or would you let it come up and then enter as it comes back down?
No, I would consider it up there, especially if I get my EMAs crossed in that channel.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Yeah. So and then you target 10 points, right? Again, which is a $10 move on gold. So it would look something like that, and it would look something like this, right? A 1-to-1. You typically do 1-to-1 risk reward for now? Is that what you primarily do?
Yeah, as soon as my brackets trigger, and then if I can get behind a local high that's shows some pretty good resistance, like you see, you have that EMA, or the anchored VWAP, you could actually reduce your risk down to that upper anchored VWAP there.
Oh yeah. So you could actually do this if you wanted to.
Yeah, so I can reduce my risk because that anchored VWAP has proven to be decent resistance.
Yeah, it does look good. And then you could get more bang for your risk there, right? Because as you know, if you cut your stop loss in half, well, if you're doing the same position size, you're going to get double the amount for catching this move, right? It turns into a 1-to-2 risk reward. And guys, I generally like 1-to-2 risk reward. Sean, I think he does 1-to-1, but he also trails. So a lot of his trades might play out as 1-to-2, 1-to-3, right? I just like 1-to-2 because long term, especially when you're trading like prop firm challenges and all that, 1-to-2 is better because 1-to-1 they can flag you for what they call reverse trading. They think you're hedging it if you have perfect 1-to-1s. So it's good to like try to build a strategy around something higher than 1-to-1 if you're trading on prop firms. That's just in my experience.
Okay.
Yeah. So that looks pretty good there. So I think that's a good breakdown for all three assets.